Hey everybody, Mark here from 8 Minute Axe, and today is Tuesday, April 7th, 2020, and here in the US we are in our third week of the stay-at-home order. I hope everyone, your families, and your friends stay healthy during this time, and hopefully this will end soon. I want to thank everyone for the incredible support that you've given me in the channel over the past few weeks. I reached 500 subs yesterday, which is amazing, and all the positive comments have really been humbling, and I really do appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I hope you'll consider doing so, and if you are a subscriber and haven't checked out any of my older videos, please do that as well if you have some time. I've got some great cover songs uploaded. I did a cover of Whipping Post by the Allman Brothers, Brian Wilson by Bare Naked Ladies, Breaking the Girl by Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I also have an original song called Space Hippie, which is pretty cool. I also have a couple of cool videos called Nail It or Fail It, where I take a classic solo, put myself on the spot, and I upload the first take, whatever happens. I've done 2 so far, and one was a nail it, and the other one was a, let's just say, not so good. Another thing I want to mention is that many of you have reached out and asked how to contact me directly. You can contact me anytime at markaranally@gmail.com, and I'll put that below so you have the spelling for it. And I do respond to every email within 48 hours. I'm getting a lot more lately. I do try to get back to you quicker than that, but I guarantee I will respond to you within 48 hours. So please email me with any questions or any ideas you have for videos. And I love all the correspondence I've been having with people around the world. So that's fantastic. It's probably the best part of doing this whole thing. So today what I've done is I recut one of my very first videos. It didn't get many views the first time around, and I think it's a really valuable video, especially for adult beginners. It's just 5 simple, easy to execute practice ideas that really can be a game changer to your playing as far as having the discipline to pick the guitar up and practice. So also, I've included the original intro sequence. I ditched it in like the last 20 videos, but I figure I'd run it one more time today as a last hurrah. So here we go. This is my face in take 7. Learning to play the guitar can be discouraging and daunting at first. Some people get bored because of the repetitive nature of their practice schedule. Some people don't like the pain that they get on the tips of their fingers when they first start playing. So through my years of teaching, I've developed 5 tried and true methods to stay motivated on your practice schedule. Now, tip number 1 is always have the guitar out. And what I mean by that, it sounds simple, but make sure that the guitar is somewhere where you can easily grab it. I recommend grabbing one of these A-frame stands and keeping it by your bed. When you wake up in the morning, first thing you do when you get up is grab the guitar. Every little bit that you've got the guitar in your hands, every little bit that you're playing more is going to make you a better player. So that's the most important thing, I think, of any of the tips, is to make sure that you have the guitar in your sight line. Tip number 2 is don't set unrealistic expectations about how long and how much you're going to practice. Telling yourself that you're going to practice 7 days a week for an hour a day and then not reaching those goals is going to become frustrating, and a lot of people get into self-defeat. I think it's really important to set a realistic expectation about how long you're going to practice, and I think a good amount of time is 15 minutes. I think if you can practice for 15 minutes 5 days a week, you'll make really good goals. One of the things I recommend my students do is to set a time limit on your practice schedule. I think that if you decide you're going to practice for 15 minutes and you set a 15-minute time limit, and when that 15 minutes is up, you're going to be more likely to want to do it again the next day. Tip number 3 is don't get ahead of yourself. Set a realistic practice schedule and also set a realistic goal on what you're going to practice. In your first couple months of playing, it is going to be a little bit frustrating, and I recommend that you learn open chords, that you learn a few simple songs, maybe some classic rock guitar riffs, but don't try to get ahead of yourself and try to play an extremely difficult solo. You're only going to get yourself down when you're not able to execute it. Tip number 4 is to learn songs. And what I mean by that is, as soon as you learn a few chords, you should start learning songs. That's the reason you picked up the guitar to begin with. So as soon as you learn a few chords, as soon as you learn the E chord, the A chord, and the D chord, there are hundreds of songs that you can play using just those 3 chords. So get on it and start learning songs. Tip number 5 is join a community of other guitar players. Join a Facebook group, go to meetup.com and see if there's other beginner players in your area, but do something that involves getting together with other musicians. I think it's really important early on that you start playing with other musicians. Those are my 5 tips on how to stay motivated, and if you've got some tips that work for you, please leave them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.